Hello. I'm Cheryl Scott.
Yeah?
Yes, I live over the road. I noticed the light on. I didn't realise there was anyone living here.
Yeah, me. I'm Doreen Burns.
Oh, Mrs. Hemming's daughter. Yeah, I met your husband a few weeks ago. Actually, it was he who asked me to keep an eye on the place. He told me you're away. Well, I bet you're pleased to be back with him now.
We've split up.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Look, if you're here on your own, you're very welcome to pop over for a drink. Why not come for dinner? Well, my husband will be home in a moment.
No, thanks.
Well, it's really no trouble.
No, I've got to get up real early in the morning.
Well, some other time, maybe.
Yeah, sure, thanks. Bye.
How is she, Meg?
Oh, Bob, she's okay. A bit shaken up, but she's coping.
Can I see her?
Oh, it's too late for visiting now.
But I've only just found out. Nobody bothered to tell me.
I'm sorry, Bob. If it were up to me, I'd let you in.
Oh, when's it all going to end?
Well, Inspector Grace doesn't think there'll be any more threats. This afternoon was the last desperate attempt.
Well, let's hope he's right. Tracy's been through enough as it is. Is she really taking it all right?
Well, she feels responsible for the policewoman being shot. Well, after what happened to you and me.
Do you know how she is?
No, I was just waiting to hear. I think that's depressing Tracy more than anything. Oh, well, I suppose I better sign off and go home. Been off duty for an hour.
Can I give you a lift? I'd like some company tonight.
So would I. Wentworth Detention Centre, Mrs. Jackson speaking. Oh, Inspector Grace, I phoned the hospital, but they wouldn't give me any information. Yes, I see. Thank you. The policewoman, she died.
Here we are now. You freshen yourself up a bit, okay?
Thanks, Judy. You're a real friend.
Well, I'm a good listener. And sometimes it helps to talk things out, doesn't it?
I suppose. No, I don't know how I got involved with him in the first place.
Honey, when you fall in love, you leave yourself wide open to be hurt. Sometimes people take advantage of it.
Is that why you prefer women?
I don't know. I do think that women understand women's problems.
Judy, have you ever been with a man?
No. You know, not really. Well, there was a guy once, you know. It's in the States. He kept ringing me up all the time, you know. Just ringing me up. I kept saying no. He kept asking me out. He was like a bad smell. I couldn't get rid of him. Anyway, I went out with him, and he's really nice. I liked him. Probably could have gone to bed with him. I don't know. But one night he came over to the house, and he had a girl with him. He kept suggesting all night long that the three of us go to bed together. Whew. It's not my scene, you know. Anyway, that's a long time ago. God.
Tracy? Your father's here to visit, but it's too late now.
Oh, tell him I'm fine. Mrs. Jackson, is there any news?
Yes, I'm sorry. She died. Tracy?
It's as bad as if I killed her myself.
Oh, honey. Look, I'll look after Mrs. Jackson. Don't worry, she'll be all right.
I'll get Officer Powell to look in on you later.
Hey, calm down now. It's all right, honey. It's all right.
Well, Miss Morris, make the most of your outing.
You think she'll be back then?
I should think so. I can't see them letting her off, even after all the help she's given us. That'll be some example made.
Oh, how are you, Tracy?
I'm fine.
Come on, then. Can't keep the bench waiting.
I think there'll be a reallocation of cells if she comes back.
Why?
Oh, come on, it's obvious. Judy Bryant's got her eye on her, and she doesn't seem to mind.
God's sake, Jim, will you give it a rest? You're sounding more like Vera every day.
As Deputy Governor, it's my duty to pass on my observation of the women's behaviour to Mrs. Davidson. I've got as much right to my opinion as you have to yours.
Fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go and give the Governor my opinion.
I suppose you want to add your 4 cents worth too, do you?
Come in.
Oh, if you're busy, I'll come back later.
No, come in, sit down. I'm just browsing through this. I'm thinking of redecorating.
Oh. Well, if you're interested, Jim's been seeing a lady in the design business. But I think it could be a bit rocky at the moment.
I wonder if she'd like a new customer. Do you think he'd give me her name?
Well, you can ask him, because I've just had a bit of a spat with him.
Oh, no, not about Tracy Morris.
Yes?
He spoke to me about it earlier. I must say I share his concern to a certain extent. Tracy's still quite young and impressionable. I wouldn't like to be accused of placing her in moral danger.
Judy is a lesbian, but she's not predatory. If anything, she's more of a mother figure to Tracy. They're close friends. And I think if you separate them now, it'll do Tracy more harm than good.
Well, he has shown a certain narrow-mindedness on occasion. I think we ought to watch the situation, but I won't move her just yet.
Thanks.
Okay, you lot, let's take a break. No point flogging ourselves to death.
Struth, I'm glad you're back in here, Bea. We was working our backsides off before.
Yeah, well, it suits me. I can tell you I'm buggered. I was up half the night with poor Tracy. God, she's really cut up over that policewoman.
Oh, one less cop.
Oh, come on. She's only doing her job.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Tracy seemed quite chirpy at Brecky.
Oh, well, it's because I cheered her up eventually.
At this rate, we're all going to be asleep. Why don't you take over the press? The steam will keep you awake.
Oh, let's hope so.
You gonna help me, Bea?
No, I am not. You're capable. Get out in the corridor. Keep your eyes open. Give us a hoy if anyone comes.
What's going on here?
I have decided to give myself a day off. One's entitled to a bludge every now and then.
I'm sure you'll enjoy working here. Most of our children are short-term patients, tonsillectomies, overnight observation, that sort of thing.
Well, I reckon I'll be okay, sister.
I'm sure you will. Oh, there is one thing. Don't mention to any of the children where you've been. They're likely to tell their parents and, well, you know, we'd like to avoid any unpleasantness.
Yeah, sure.
Now, here we have our most very special patient, Simon Parks. Simon's been with us the longest of all the children in the ward, haven't you, Simon?
Yeah, I had an operation. They cut my stomach open when I was asleep.
Gee, and I bet you never even cried.
No.
This is Doreen, Simon. She's going to help us look after the children.
Hello, Simon.
Hello, will you read me a story?
Doreen has work to do first, but she'll come back and read to you later on.
Will you?
Sure will. See you later. Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I've given some thought to the salad occasions you recommended, but I think for the time being we should let things stand as they are.
Well, it's your decision.
However, I do appreciate your point, and I think we should keep a close eye on both Morris and Bryant.
Don't worry, I'll be watching them.
By the way, I believe you know an interior designer.
Well, word certainly gets around, doesn't it? I used to. I haven't seen her in quite a while.
I wondered if you could give me her name. I'm thinking of redecorating, and I really don't know of anyone.
Well, yes, certainly. It's Sarah Forrest. She's part owner of Classic Interiors in Main Street.
Classic Interiors, Main Street. Thank you. I'll call round there. Oh, should I mention your name?
Well, yes. Why not? Look, why don't I contact her for you?
Well, I don't want to put you in the spot.
No, it's no trouble. Give me an opportunity to contact her anyway.
Well, I won't have any free time today, but sometime tomorrow will be fine.
Doesn't seem to be any answer. Look, why don't you leave it with me, eh?
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher.
Tracy Ann Morris,